veggie dog as well. Much appreciated. We got a rate from both players, so let's get started with game number 1, match 1 of this event in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. What's happening with Tugi's ninja? Oh, it's kind of off. There we go. Fix. Alright, Sodium setting up a top out. But he might be choking the top out because he's taking some burns. And with a cleaner board, but still with the spire in the center. And as I say that, sets up a delayed burn. Bro, this Jubilee video got me immersed. I forgot we were playing a match. I feel that. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh, right, about this match. So, neither of these two players can get relegated, and neither of them can qualify for the playoffs, so this is really just to close the season and for ELO, really. Tugi sets up a delayed burn. Closed down as well, but opens it right back up and bangs. And his Tetris ready. I don't know why I said bangs on a Tetris, because he was still waiting for the long bar. He does get the long bar now. 210 for Tugi, 192. Now 215 for Sodium. Guys, I can't lie to you. I am so tired. Oh my god. I'm like so comfortable in my bed right now. But what's also comfortable are these two paces for these two. 303 at 61 lines for Tugi. 285 at 62 lines for Sodium. So this is very much en route for a potential 600k transition for these two. But of course, there's still plenty of more lines to go before we reach 19 speed, which will happen at 130 lines. Burrito Dad saying that always happens to me after a good cheesecake. Dude, I could really go for a cheesecake right now. I had Cane's and earlier today I had Cane's chicken tenders. I'm not gonna lie, that was the most mid-eating experience I've ever had in my life. Pablo Bop the Katsukune on YouTube saying he's sleepy, but damn, I've never heard a commentator being in bed before. I know. We're breaking new grounds here in CTL. Truly a historic moment. Yeah, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. And hope you have a good time. Sodium not really having a good time taking these burns, and now having a 78,000 point lead. 412 for Sodium at 99 lines. 490 for Tugi at 101 lines, now 492. So still very much on route for that 600k transition, while Sodium did lose a significant amount of pace and is also in the middle of a drought, but does bring down a Tetris. Tugi with a misdrop there is gonna get the Lombard for the triple. So just like that, we are evening things out. I was about to mention how Tugi's lead was pretty significant, but that unfortunate misdrop kind of closed the gap. Also, we do have follow alerts for people that follow our Twitch account, but unfortunately, I do not have anything set up to notify us if anybody subscribes on YouTube. Wow, look at all those squares. Into transition for Sodium at 579. But yeah, but if you do subscribe and I don't say anything, I'm sorry. I actually can't see if anybody subscribes. But I do greatly appreciate the support regardless. As Sodium would appreciate an L or a J, gets to JP to solve dependency and banks on a Tetris at 636. Tugi losing the lead at 656, 147 lines. So a pretty good game for the two of them so far. As I mentioned, neither of them in contention to qualify for the championship playoffs, but neither of them at risk of getting relegated either, so this is really just a battle to get ELO. Yes, that is right, Veggie Dog. We have a seed set up, which is the message that you see pinned in the chat, and both of those players will implement that code, and they will get same P sets. Tugi right now is Tetris ready, bangs on a Tetris 750. Now 735. Now 765 for Sodium at level 24. Slightly ahead in the line count. Katsukune saying, I'm alright. Usually I'm watching the Race for Rebirth for individual streamers, but I thought I'd watch an official match. Oh, well, welcome on in. Hope you enjoy your stay. And also, we will be having a couple of the Rebirth candidates over tonight, such as Blue Scooty, Sidnev, Gerald Freeman. They will all be playing a match today, so stay tuned for that. Sodium at 843, 901 for Tugi. So Tugi doing a great job here with his efficiency, as Sodium is looking to catch back up. 938 versus 943, as we are nearing the 29 speeds. Am I simul streaming? I am simul streaming over on YouTube and on Twitch. Classic Tetris Battles saying, who the hell is Classic Tetris Battles? We have both players with the max out, but Tugi still with the advantage right now. 1.07, now 1.1 into 28, so looking really good here for Tugi, as Sodium transitions to level 29 still with a 1.09, so behind by about a Tetris and change in terms of pace, as Tugi can still set up one more Tetris before the 29 speeds, and he will bang down a Tetris. Now with a 1.17, one more Tetris for the 1.2, and he is setting up for it, gets a Tetris, now with a 1.2, and is trying to set up for another one, and he is set up. Can he get the Lombard in time, as Sodium is still alive, bangs that Tetris for Tugi, 1.25. So great start here for Tugi, but in a bit of trouble. Has to burn this down as quickly as possible. Nice flat burn there with a Lombard. Gets another flat delayed burn with a Lombard. Another flat burn with a Lombard. Getting all these timely pieces, but not going to do anything else. Topping out at 1.26, so Sodium. 1.26 is the score to beat. And somebody just donated $20 into the prize pool. Yes, we do have a level 39 line cap, Katsukune. So as I mentioned, 1.263 was Tugi's final score. Zempro with a $20 contribution. Thank you so much, bringing this prize pool up to $2,021.02. Sodium, just a couple more lines here. One more burn. And that will do it. Sodium has taken game number 1. GG's. Alright, so because Tugi's capture was frozen, I guess we're just not going to do a countdown. There we go. Countdown for Tugi. Let's get started with game number 2. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay. We'll do the ready countdown for game 3. Yeah, for now it's fine. And Sodium's once again starting off with a very weird opener, just like in game 1. Sliven Cage. Watch streak reached. 3 streams in a row, saying good luck to all the players today, Prage. I've always wanted to try Classic Tetris, but I don't have an NES. I always play the Xbox One version. Well, we have plenty of ways to play Classic Tetris, whether it's emulators or buying clone consoles or just going straight up for the good old-fashioned original console. And Tugi in a bit of trouble right now, so hopefully he can survive before I finish my explanation. But nice survival there from Tugi. Sodium starting off with a bit of a lead, 127 at 28 lines, 121 for Tugi at 30 lines. But oh my god, every time I'm trying to explain something, somebody's misdropping. Sodium solving the J dependency is gonna be okay. And bangs out of Tetris. Okay, let's try to. So, I recommend if you're just starting out with Classic Tetris, to download a very legal emulator. And if you find yourself enjoying the experience of 8-bit blocks, look into clone consoles and see how that gets you. Maybe you can get an original NES. But the good thing about Tetris, Classic Tetris, is that it's not really expensive to play. Like, I think for my entire setup, which includes a CRT, a clone console, and an NES cartridge, as well as a controller, probably like $50. Maybe 60 for the entire thing, so not really an expensive investment. 309 for Tugi, 261 for Sodium. Who knows, might see me next year. Yeah, we definitely would love to see new players in the scene. What's $60 in pounds? 50, I guess. 50 pounds. I don't know. $60, 50 pounds, 55 euros, 1,000 Mexican pesos. Actually, I do actually own an original NES, but I use a clone console because I need to buy a new pin connector for my original NES. So for the clone console, the cartridge, the controller, the capture card is can be a little costly depending on what you use. But yeah, for everything, it's like $60 or 55 euros, 50 pounds, whatever. Plus, like CRTs, people practically give those away. 486 right now for Tugi, setting up a Vits, but not getting Lombard in time. Finally gets a Lombard to complete the Vits. Nicely done, keeping things efficient. And we're pretty neck and neck. Sodium transitions first at 531. Wait for the Lombard Sodium. Ooh, a bit of a situation here. I had to create a hole in his stack. But still doing a good job at managing the drought. Had to close on as well, though, but gets a nice double and bangs out a Tetris at 566. Tugi has transitioned at about 550, I think, now. Bangs out a Tetris to level 2594. Tugi setting up a dirty Tetris runner into the Lombard, gets a dirty Tetris. Now it's 648. In a bit of trouble, needs the right set of pieces. Nice flat L placement for the double. And needs another Lombard. Does get the Lombard in time, so gonna be okay. Opens up his right well. Nice burn there with the L piece, with the J piece side. I'm sorry. Solves the Lombard dependency on the right side. It's going to be touch shorty on column 9 and does bring down a Tetris at 693, but it's now taking a Tetris and a half deficit as Sodium has a clean board and is Tetris ready. Banks out a Tetris in level 24, 767. Who's my winning bet on the rebirth race? It really just depends on who. Oh, wait, hold on. Tugi with a double flip there with a T-piece. Nice solve there. Needs a Lombard to the left side. Oh, it doesn't flip the S. Could be problematic for Tugi. Nice flat L burn. Had nowhere to place that J piece, so just zips it to the left side. Creates a hole in his stacks. Oh, it doesn't get the Lombard over to solve the dependency. Zips the Z piece all the way to the left side, but in a lot of trouble right now. You need to survive this or this will be curtains. Hangs the S piece and that will do it for Tugi. Topping on a 781 Sodium. Kind of flirting with Top Out City here as well, but does still take game number 2. Being ahead by 3.5 Tetrises. So anyway, who's my prediction on who will win the rebirth race? It really depends on who is like playing much. Because sometimes, you can be a contender, but some players don't really want to play that much. So I don't really know who's been really grinding for it, and who's just been playing casually. But I'm still going to say Alex T. I still think Alex T will be the first one. Let's give Sodium his second heart. When is Blue Scooter playing? In about an hour. For both players, let's get started with game number 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. His name is Blue Scooty. Say it right, sir. I wasn't saying it. I was just reading the chat. The Sodium again with the weird opener. All things considered, though, he has taken the first 2 games. So maybe the crappy openers are the way to go. Let me guess, that was Twitch viewer 888 saying it? Yeah, you're... How'd you guess, Kingsman? How did you guess? Yeah, Simply Swiftness saying just rock, paper, scissors for the winner. Yeah, that's actually what we're planning on doing for the championship round. I'll RPS enough the dove, says Gerald. King Hippo 69, thank you for the follow. Great name. Dog versus Alex Hopscotch Grand Final. Alright, 182 for Tugi, 228 for Sodium. Oh, welcome on in Dan V saying, gonna watch him lose anyway, referring to Blue Scooty, cause Dan V will be going up against Blue Scooty soon. Dan, one of the few players in this division who's remained undefeated, having beaten players like Sidnev and Gerald Freeman. Stan Eslo, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Why can't I speak? Sodium with a Lombard dependency right now. Solves the Lombard dependency with a nice triple. Katsukune saying, it always boggles me how in the span of 2 years we got an entirely new cast of Tetris Masters. Can't even remember the last time I saw Corian or even Jeff. Well, Jeff is still around. He mainly plays friendlies, the Kingsman friendlies, Reckoning on friendlies, Upstart, what other name is there? Yeah, he usually plays friendlies matches nowadays. But yeah, Corian is he kind of is more casual nowadays. He streams every so often. Sodium in a lot of trouble right now. It's just not beginning the right pieces to set up the burns correctly. Should I turn up the music a little bit? I can't really tell if it's... Oh, it's fine. The music is fine. I don't know what happened with Tugi, but something happened and his eyes just like popped out. Scary. Right, Sodium is going to transition with a very, very high board at 428, 121,000 points behind. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Toady Beck. Yeah, I checked and it seemed fine. Just making sure. It's Stan13, thank you for the follow. Alright, Sodium setting up these tuck sequences. It's going to be Tetris ready. Sets up a JP dependency on the left side, but now closes down as well. Solves the JP dependency though. And trying to uncover these holes in a stack. And avoid a bigger deficit than what he already has. 472 for Sodium, 636 for Tugi. Oh, Sodium in a lot of trouble. This could be curtains. This could be it. Can he survive this? Needs the right side of pieces. Zips the T-piece all the way to the left side. Sets up with the late burn with that L piece though. Now puts the 5-tap with a Lombard on the left side. It's going to be set up for a dirty Tetris. Can he get the Lombard time? Got to the Lombard for a dirty Tetris. But now behind by 255,000 points. So yeah, this is prime opportunity for Tugi to avoid the sweep and take the first game, or his first game of the set. Sodium sets up a Lombard dependency. Can he get the Lombard time? A drought would be killer right now. Get to Lombard right in the nick of time. Still alive, but just misdropping as soon as it seems like he's making progress with his board. Nightbot, what the heck? Oh, Sodium in a lot of trouble. This could be it. Sets up a couple of delayed burns with flat placements. Zips the J piece all the way to the left side. But that's going to do it for Sodium. So Tugi will take game number 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. For our new viewers, if you'd like to help contribute to the prize pool, you can do so with Matcherino. We're currently at $2,030.40. About $470 away from reaching our goal of beating our season 18 prize pool, which was the highest prize pool we've ever raised. I shouldn't say this because it sometimes makes players self-conscious about it, but I feel like Tugi has become more animated recently with his expressions. He used to just kind of have a very stoic face, or not really stoic, but just kind of one single expression. But I was actually showing emotions. Thank you, Tugi, for the thumbnail face. Commentator mind games? Yeah, true. Oh yeah, he definitely heard me. Dan V saying, Cat said that was terrifying. Well, as I said, that is definitely going to be the face of the thumbnail for this, for when this gets released on YouTube. Speaking of which, this is actually an important thing I want to mention for those of you who are watching this on YouTube. For the championship playoffs, we will also be simul-streaming those on YouTube and on Twitch. However, something I'm going to do a little bit differently is that I will private each stream 24 hours after the live event. So that way it'll avoid major spoilers. And if anybody wants to watch it live or watch the live stream, you guys have 24 hours to do so before that stream gets privated. So what happens to the bracket if Tugi or Sodium wins? Literally nothing. Like, this is just a match for ELO. Neither of these two players can get relegated, and neither of them can qualify for the championship playoffs. Yeah, this is like a match between the Wolves versus Fulham. Oh, Tugi getting a bit inspired. Not inspired, but bursted with square pieces. Crystal Palace. Anyway, Tugi at 571. Looking for a potential 600k transition, but no, just gonna burn into transition at 595. Sets up a Lombard dependency, but does get the Lombard in time. And Sodium will transition, gets a Vit, 601. It's a pretty close game here. Both players experiencing this drought. Tugi is clean, banks on a Tetris. Now it's 680, but Sodium still maintaining the slight lead, which could play a factor. I think what we've been seeing so far is that Tugi even though he does have the potential to play 29, Sodium just has more experience playing on the 29 speeds in competitive play, so it is a bit of an advantage. Morale. Oh gosh, that oh gosh, that turtle funky. Thank you for the follow. Both players experiencing the same drought, and they're both going to get the Llama for Tetris. Looks like Tugi is looking to take the lead as Sodium is stuck in this burn sequence. You already get funky? Yeah. Tugi had to close down as well. Looking to get Tetris ready. It's going to be Tetris ready on column 2. Getting droughted though, but does get the Lombard for Tetris. And looks like his drought counter is just stuck on 16. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nestor's Champs. And I think Zempro just contributed $10 more to... No, Hollow Knot! With $10.40 contribution into the prize pool. Thank you so much, Hollow Knot. Right, and both players with the max out. Yeah, never-ending route. Looks like Tugi is looking for a potential 1.17 into 29 if he can get both of the Tetrises. No room to burn though. Gets one Lombard for a Tetris. Sodium in a bit of trouble though. This could be very problematic because he's about to transition. It's set up for a centerable Tetris. Needs a Lombard now! Gets bursted with square pieces though, and that will do it for Sodium. So Tugi will take game number 4. And we have ourselves a decider. Wow. Okay. This... Dude, what the heck? He's only been rolling for like 3 months. This is actually... What the heck? We'll top out with a 1.27. Alright, now we have a rating from both players, so... Let's get started with game number 5, the decider. Who will take the match? In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Katsukune saying, imagine wanting a quick game only to have 5 full games go to kill screen. No, actually, I forgot to update the hearts. Thank you for letting me know Holocaust. There you go. I have to do those manually. Watch Palace make Champions League next season. Listen, I will say this right now. Big W on my part, fully believing that Aston Villa would make the Champions League. so. I need to educate the Brits on how to properly say it. No, I will not call it Villa. You guys can like pronounce can spell your words like flavor or whatever. Use the OUs. I'm fine with that. I will not cave on this one though. What about us? Don't worry about it. $211 right now for Tugi, $259 for Sodium, who bit of a dead drop there with the Lombard. I don't know if that was a double flip. I wasn't paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and Tugi responding with a double flip of his own with a T-piece. Both players are pretty clean right now. Sodium with a 69,000 point lead, 3 Tetrises and change. Katsukune saying this chat looks very handsome if I do say so myself. You know, we do have a Twitch if you wanna join there too. That I can promise you there's a lot more people talking. And the Dr. Wyvern, thank you for the follow. Okay, poop on YouTube, saying not anymore. Both players experiencing the same digging situation right now. Oh, kind of a misdrop there for Tugi with the L piece. Oh, needs some right set of pieces. This could be very problematic for Tugi if he doesn't get the right RNG. Needs a J piece, but utilizes the Lombard. Call me Star, thank you for the follow. Looks like both players will be clean. Tugi's Tetris ready, bangs on a Tetris. Still behind by 2 Tetrises and a half. Luna is my dog, 69. What is it with the 69s? Good lord. This like reminds me of like a few seasons ago when somebody followed the CTL channel with the username like something dumb like Nipple Puller 69 or something. I still think about that to this day. Don't laugh at me. I don't want you to top out because of me. $522 for Tugi, $604 for Sodium. Tugi takes the Tetris, is trying to uncover this hole in its tech. And he's doing a good job at maintaining a clean board. Needs the right set of pieces. Oh, in a bit of trouble here is Tugi. Nice set of burns right now. Bangs on a Tetris now behind by 100,000 points, but still in the game, which is important. Sodium with the drought forming. Bangs on a Tetris. Now it's 720. Serious mode, serious mode. 654 right now. Sodium is looking to clutch up this set. It almost looked like he was going to have this in the bag, but Tugi set a potential reverse sweep situation. However, he is behind. We're going to see if he can survive into 29 and maybe even do some work on 29 speeds, because from the looks of it, he might need 29 play if he wants to take this game. Reminder, this match is mainly for Elo. Neither of these two players in any contention to get promoted or relegated. And both players are set up for a potential max out with this efficiency. Tugi at 855 has brought this lead down. But as I say that, in a bit of trouble, sets up a dirty Tetris at 892. Double flips the L piece. Now looks like Sodium already with a max out, as Tugi has a 907. Is definitely going to need to do a lot of kill screen play if he wants to take this game. Needs to burn this down, gets a nice triple. Now needs a Lombard, getting droughted right before the Lombard, right before the kill screen shows up. Transition with a Tetris, now with a 963. Is looking to stay alive right now, still behind by 72,000 points as Sodium transition with a 1.05. Bangs on a Tetris, now with a 1.09. And we are still alive right now at level 31 for Tugi, level 30 for Sodium. Tugi hangs the L piece. This could do it for Tugi, and we'll top out at 988. So Sodium will take the decider and will close off his season with a victory. Sodium rebirth time. I'm pretty sure he has line cap enabled, so unfortunately will not happen. We go, tops out with 1.23, but regardless, G's for Sodium will be our winner.
Transition 600,000 for Ramations. Andy, not quite 597. Jasmine mad that somebody missed the easiest fit setup ever. It's kind of funny. I was over on I was looking up something on Fractal's channel a little earlier, and I happened to see his clip titled "Hi Jasmine." And I just have